Peace, peace, peace. What's happening? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Nocturnal Thoughts. This is your boy, Nocturnal. Peace, peace up. Together we stand, divided we fall. I'm welcoming all newcomers, all the viewers, all the subscribers. I'm calling y'all my night owls. If you ask yourself, what do you have to be to become a night owl, part of this night owl movement, nothing really. At the end of the day, to me, owls represent wisdom. By nature, we are nocturnal beings. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that's out there living that vampire life, that is burning the midnight oil, or just has a wise mind frame, then that automatically qualifies you to be, a night owl for me. Welcome aboard. I've always been a deep thinker, and if anybody is well balanced and you like to think before you act, or you just like to philosophize on life in general, then welcome to Team Night Owls. So all my subscribers, from now on out, I will be welcoming you to the channel as my Night Owls. I appreciate y'all for watching. Another thing you have to do to become a night owl, click on that like. Sometimes you might have to click on that dislike. You can agree to disagree. You also have to, leave some comments so that we can start to communicate, and subscribe, and make sure you click on that notification bell. I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers complaining about channels not, letting their subscribers know when they drop a new video. And you're supposed to click on the notification bell, and apparently, there has been some complications. But hopefully I won't have any of those problems. Hopefully, hey, maybe I do want those problems. I don't know. I want to get my subscribers up to an amount that YouTube might want to shut me down. You know what I'm saying? So welcome all my night owls. Peace, peace, peace. United we stand, divided we fall. Today's episode is about bullies. And sorry to disappoint you, I'm not talking about Brutus, my English. That's coming another day. If you want to see that bulldog, if you want to know anything about bulldogs, if you are interested in, my opinion on whether or not they're a good family pet, you have to comment, you have to subscribe. Let me know. That video will be coming soon to all my pet lovers, all my dog lovers, anybody out there in the community that's thinking about getting a bulldog. Holler back at your boy, and we'll get into that. Today, let me get the drink. Just to let you know, Pro Complex weight gainer, almond milk. What else I got in there? I actually got some almonds in there, a little bit of coffee brewed, and some blueberries in there, if you want to know what I'm drinking on. Okay. But today we're going to continue to the next episode of bullying. I'm going to take you back into the DeLorean, going back into the time machine, and revisit my memory lane, Tony Elementary days. And just to recap from the last conversation, and the last story that I shared with you guys, I wanted to touch bases on my main goal is really to help anyone out there that might be in a situation where they are. Hold up, I was interrupted. No, here's my baby. Okay. So pardon the intrusion. I'm gonna get right back to it. All right, let's get him out of here. Get out of here, boy. So what you can learn from that story is, for one, you have to learn how to stand your ground. When you are confronted, there might be times where you might be just outnumbered and outgunned, and the smartest thing for you to do is to have an exit strategy. But usually if there's a one-on-one situation, you have to develop self-defense in order to stand your ground. You will not always be able to run away. Because sometimes running will just, escalate a problem. It'll delay a problem for the time being, but when you come back to it, it might even be bigger. You know what I'm saying? And to relay that story back to what happened to Chris, or AKA Soldier Boy, I mean, when he first got confronted and he first got hands put on him, his instinct was to run away. And I'm not saying that, everybody runs. Not everybody runs, but if you have ran before, don't let that detour you from thinking that you can't become a person that can stand up for himself. This is something that you will have to develop, and it will take time. But if you develop a mentality, mentally and physically, to where you don't back down, you will not have to run for your whole life. But this story, I don't even know what happened to Chris. I lost touch with him after the 7th grade, but I don't know if he ever learned how to stand up for himself or not. But this applies to you guys out here that's watching. If you're young kids right now, if you have ran before, it does not mean that you'll always be a runner. But you need to learn that eventually one day you will have to stand your ground, and you will have to stand tall. You might get backed into a corner. You might not be able to run. And if you're not able to run and you have to defend yourself, you should be prepared for that. So that's just one lesson you can learn from what happened to Chris. Learn how to stand your ground. And that comes with being prepared mentally and physically. And that's learning how to, understand, where you lie in the food chain. And if you see a predator, you should already be in the presence of mind to know whether or not you're going to be in a situation that you have to defend yourself. So, a lot of prey or victim, over time through nature, they develop camouflage tactics, or they develop ways to make themselves look more intimidating, so that they scare off predators before anything even happens. So butterflies have where they open up their wings and it looks like a snake or a tiger. You know what I'm saying? Frogs swell up huge and make themselves look big as possible. It's like a pufferfish syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a little kid right now and you're in a big ocean and you're a pufferfish, you know what I'm saying? The whole idea is when you're intimidated or when you have a predator in your area, you swell up as big as possible. And that will make any predators think twice before they single you out and call you out. So stand tall, learn how to develop self-defense. It's going to take time. It's going to take a mind frame. It's going to take physical activities, and that's what this channel is going to be about learning how to think about being healthy, about being strong mentally and strong physically. So you have to tune in to also, I got my Motivational Monday push-up challenges, but I can't wait to get you guys into the gym to show you guys how to, learn how to bulk up, learn how to build up that bench press. So, here soon, I will be coming out with the bench press video. So subscribe for that. Look forward to that. It's coming real soon. But on to the next story. Let me tackle that. Let me get to the next story, and we will come back later on, and we will dissect that a little bit to, see what we can learn from this story. And it ties into what I was saying. Now, this is a perfect story from back in my day where I saw a bully get deflated by somebody that just knew how to stand their ground. This actually happens to be a female. Her name was, should I say her name? Well, it's back in the day, and I lost touch with her a long time ago. But her name was Tiffany Cooper, and that was my PNC. You know what I'm saying? Back in school, we was like two peas in a pod. I lost touch with her, so I don't know what happened to her in over time. But if I had to guess, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Most likely, she turned out to be a lesbian. All signs pointed to that way. You know what I'm saying? She acted like a dude. She talked like a dude. She dressed like a dude. Everything she was. She just had like a masculine overtone. And she was real cute though. She was dark skinned. She had the real curly hair, and she had a real good energy about herself. Like she was. I don't know what her family life was like, because we didn't hang out outside of school. But she had a good soul, a good spirit, and she just was animated. And me and her was cool because when I was in school, I like to draw. I like to draw like superheroes, anything that was action, anything that was violent. Like I would draw, people getting, cut up and shot up, and we used to sit back in class all day long and just sketch out comics. And she used to want to be able to draw as good as I did. And she was an artist, but I was a little bit better than her. So, she would sit next to me all the time. And we would, steel would sharpen steel. She would take things from my mind, and I would take things from her mind, and we would just sit back in the class and, come up with different characters. That's what we did. But anyways, Tiffany Cooper, once she was a hustler. She was just a hustler by nature. When I think about her, one of the first things I always think about is she used to wear this, back in the day, I'm an 80s baby. Back in the day, she used to wear this Charlotte Hornets pullover starter jacket. Or coat. And a big duffel bag. In the morning time, she would stop by Piggly Wiggly. And she would stock up. She would walk through the aisles, the candy aisle. She would grab the candy, Butterfingers, Snickers, Hershey's, Reese's Pieces, all that, Starburst, whatever candy you can think of. She would grab it by the bulk packages. And she would pull it up her sleeve, and her whole arms would be stuffed with candy. Then what she would do, I think I might even took this from her, but she would get like a 25-cent or 50-cent bag of chips, stand in the aisle, pay for the chips, and steal everything else. Then when she would get to school, because Tony Elementary was right up from Piggly Wiggly, she would get to the school, she would unload all her candy into the bag, take the bag into school, and all day long she was just hustling, making money. You know what I'm saying? She was just like the candy lady. She was the candy girl. She would go to school and people would be waiting, like they would have a list. Let me get 2 Snickers. Let me get a Butterfinger. Let me get this, that. Man, she was just making money hand over fist. And that was her mentality. And this was the 6th grade. You got to respect that. And she wasn't no punk by no means. She had a silver tongue. And you know what I'm saying? She was in beast mode back in them days. She just, everything about her, I just liked everything about her. You know what I'm saying? Like her whole vibe, her whole mentality was just, you know what I'm saying, on level. So anyway, that's one character. The other character was this dude named Jeremiah. I'm gonna try to get this. I don't want to stretch this video out too long, but little dude named Jeremiah, and everything about this guy was complete opposite. I didn't like this dude at all. Like, you know what I mean? He was just one of them type of people. He was just, he was a follower. You know, not grown up and look back at it. I mean, to me, he was a punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a loud mouth, but deep down, he was a punk. Like me, I was quiet, but deep down, I was a brave heart. You know what I'm saying? But he was the type of person that was always running his mouth, but he couldn't really back it up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, his name was Jeremiah or Jermaine. I'm not 100% on remembering this dude's name, you know, nor do I care to really. But I didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he really wasn't on my radar because he wasn't a threat neither. You know, he thought he was a bully, but he really wasn't a threat. So, and I'm gonna tell you a story about him that I'm telling you, he was a punk. He was a follower by nature. You just want to, if you know anybody like that, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, he get into it one time with Tiffany. And this is how smart she is. This is what made me always respect her. Because she didn't back down. And once again, we was in Miss McIntyre class. And I don't remember the whole altercation, but I remember he was running his mouth at her. And she was, like I said, she had a, you know what I'm saying, a quick wit about herself too. So she was shooting back at him. And it escalated to where they was ready to throw blows. And this is a female. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much of a dude she act like, she was a female. And dude was coming at her like she was a dude. And I think he put his hands on her. If I'm thinking correctly, he might have pushed her. And so quick, like she didn't even think about it. Soon as he pushed her, she went to the back of the class. In the back of the class, I don't know how y'all classes is set up nowadays, but we had like a closet space in the back of the class where you're supposed to hang up your coats. Nobody hung up their coats. We always put it on the back of the chair, right? But the closet space was empty. She went back there, and the whole class, you know, the whole class already just paying attention, like, oh, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. He done pushed her. She walked to the back of the class, go to the closet, and she lifts the rack. There's a bar where you hang your coats up at. And it's made out of steel. She lifts up the bar. And she comes over like on some, you know what I'm saying, Sammy Sosa like, and just, you know what I mean, like swinging like a bat, like, and she catch him one time, and he just immediately cowers up, balls up, starts getting hit, just takes off running. That's how I knew he was a coward, because up until that point, you know what I'm saying, he was selling wolf tickets. Me and him never had an altercation, but you know, I'm buying him at this time because he's selling wolf tickets. I'm thinking he may have been a tough dude. So she embarrasses him. She beats him down with a steel pipe from the closet rack. So she was thinking of that. And that's one thing you can learn is be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to your surroundings and see what you can utilize to defend yourself. Because I had never even thought of that. I'm sitting there like, after she did it, I'm sitting in class thinking like, what made her think to go get, and she must have been thinking that forever in a day. If anything ever happened to her, she knew exactly what she was going to do off the top. So that's one lesson you can learn. Be aware of your surroundings and always be prepared for whatever to go down. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody catch you just completely slipping. Have a plan. Have a plan A and a plan B for if something happens, if something goes down, you already know what you're going to do or how you're going to execute it. And one more quick little story from Jeremiah. He was a follower. And Nyshawn, Nyshawn was a natural leader. He was real cool, and he was one of like the first kids I ever heard about talking about being in folks. You know what I'm saying? Like being initiated into the folks. So he'd be in class stacking and everything. And his to me, he came from a hustler's background too. You know what I'm saying? He always was up to date with gear and clothes, and I think he's just had his family was just hustlers. You know what I'm saying? And but he was quiet. He didn't mess with nobody as long as somebody messed with him. One day we in class, and back in the day, what we would do is we would, you know, you flicking stuff across the class on your pencil. You would get a piece of paper, twist it up, wrap it around your pencil, flick it, and that started to upgrade to staples. If you got a bunch of staples, you would get the staple and you would fold it into a square, put that on the tip of your pencil, and you could flick that thing all the way across the classroom. And if you had that aim, and you could pop somebody in the back of their head. You dig what I'm saying? That was just something that we did. And one time Jermaine, you know what I'm saying, without thinking, he flicked one and hit Nyshawn in the face. Nyshawn was about to take care of business right there, but the teacher was in class at the time, told him, you know, go sit back down or whatever. So as soon as we got a break, we all went to the restroom, and Jeremiah come up in there because Nyshawn basically told him, come to the bathroom, we're gonna handle this. And he came to the bathroom, right? First of all, he like worshiped Nyshawn. He was a follower, and he just was following Nyshawn anywhere Nyshawn told him to go. He was going anywhere. So he didn't follow Nyshawn to the bathroom. We all get in the bathroom, we crowd around, and Nyshawn, and I thought about it, I'm not gonna cuss. I'm not gonna cuss on YouTube yet. Anyway, he's like, I'm about to mess your eye up like you messed up my eye. Cock back and blazed him real quick one time, just one hitter. Eye and cupcaked up. He walked out the bathroom, holding his eye. He just turned around, walk out, take it, walk out, and walk all the way down to the principal's office, crying, holding his eye. And up until that point, before those two altercations, you would have thought he was one of the baddest dudes. You know what I'm saying? Selling wolf tickets. He always was, you know what I'm saying, rah, rah, rah. And that's my point, what you can learn from. A lot of these tough guys, they full of hot air, and they can get deflated. So learn who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? In order for you not to become a victim, you know, sometimes you can become a victim of a dude that ain't even, you know what I'm saying, able to follow through on his threats. So, you know, don't let everybody just intimidate you on face value. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you learn how to stand your ground. Sometimes you can pop your bully one time and he'll leave you alone permanently. You know what I mean? Like, he'll learn from that moment that, you know, you ain't the one to mess with. So you learn how to stand your ground. Always have a plan. You know, we're gonna sharpen mentally, we're gonna sharpen up our mentals to be thinkers. And we gonna, you know what I'm saying, work on our physical, because you have to be physically fit in order to survive. And you have to be intelligent to survive. That's all I got for you today. I'm on the clock. There's probably 1,000 things that I wanted to say that I didn't say. And, you know, that's why I need you guys to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. Like I said, and make your comments. Hit the like button. If you didn't like it, that's fine with me. Hit the dislike button. It's all good. Together we stand, divided we fall. This is Nocturnal Thoughts. To all my night owls, I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay subscribed. Stay tuned in for like I said, I got some fitness stuff coming that I want to get at y'all with. And hey, let's keep it going. I'm staying down. I told myself that I was gonna stay down and grind on this thing. I know YouTube, I'm late in the game, and y'all ain't accepting no fakers. Y'all want real. So I told myself that I was gonna stay down and grind for at least a year, putting in work, before, you know what I'm saying, I put this thing down with everything else I do. So I thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for all the views I get. And like I said, leave comments. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys. Nocturnal Thoughts. I'm out.